Get a 5-minute business book review, pivotal moments with failed businesses, and hear an interview with a business disruptor who will share their $10,000 mistake. This is the Forward Motion Business Show with Professor Ken and Professor Paul A. Marino. Hit new heights. Start with Forward Motion.
Well, what I wanted to ask Kiki and Michelle is, about a week or two ago, we did an interview with a very creative gentleman. He converted a farm store into actually a takeout restaurant. I don't know if you had the opportunity to see that tape, but let's say he wanted to increase his footprint. Let's say he wanted more traffic going through his store. So he comes into your company and he says, this is where I am, this is what I'm doing, this is my location. What would you suggest to him? What would you say to him? How could you help him?
Well, off the top of my head, my first suggestion would be look at his signage, whether it be banners or, which is stuff that we're qualified to handle, banners, and also potentially a new DDM mailing. So a mailing that would hit every house and every business in the surrounding area. Right. To get the word out, to let people know that, hey, we're open and we are the easiest, we're your best option for dining out. Right. Before everything happened, we were COVID compliant, but that would probably be the first obvious. Yeah. That's the second would have to come from, speaking to the client and seeing what directions he'd want to go and consult with him. But without more information, those would be my top two recommendations.
Well, in marketing, Ken will agree with me, you need to have repeated hits. One hit is not going to serve anyone's interest because someone may be in a bad mood, they may not look at it, may get lost in the mail, So
get it in front of them 3 times.
Yeah, at least three times. Exactly right. Yeah.
So.
No, we like to let our clients know that the repetition is key. Consistency is key. You want to get your brand out there. You want them to see it several times, and it usually takes 3 times before they actually, make the call or go to the restaurant or, so
and different medias
and
different medias, right?
We like to let them know, you definitely want to integrate internet and social media. You want to use all channels, but they should all be cohesive and work together to give you the final result, which is obviously
to get your message across.
And to get your message across, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Now, a small entrepreneur, they may say, this is outside my budget. Is that true? Not true? I mean, can you help a small entrepreneur or a restaurant owner, a takeout place? Is that within your customer profile?
It is.
Help somebody like that?
We have several. We have companies of
large scale.
We span the spectrum. But yes, there is generally what's it called? Depending, you have many options. You have many options as far as what you would like to do. Many pricing points,
right?
Something that would be used by a large bank or a large insurance company wouldn't be the same plan that we'd go for a smaller company or a nonprofit that we helped out not too long ago.
Right. Like if you do EDDM, which is every door direct mail, that tends to be less expensive than purchasing a list and sending something out that way. So that's one of the easier examples that we offer our clients.
Yeah. But also it's about sitting down with the small business owner and really identifying who we'd want to target. In order to make sure that he's getting he or she is getting their bang for their buck,
Right.
Because one thing that we do help with our clients, regardless of the size, is make sure that they're not wasting money. I'm like, it's so easy to waste money on advertising and on marketing, and just with even like on printed material, sending stuff out, there's so many mistakes you could make with mailing that'll make your postage skyrocket.
Right.
And so we're here to prevent that,
Right.
And I think that's important. And one thing that I always try to tell everyone too is it's an investment, right? You can look at it as an expense, and most business owners do. Oh, I have to pay X amount of dollars to do a marketing campaign or a mail campaign or whatever type of campaign you decide to do. Yes, that's true. At the end of the day, you have to pay something for it, but it's an investment. You have to look at that return on investment, that ROI, and you have to factor in what we call that customer acquisition rate, right? If you spend $1,000 and send it to, I don't know, let's say 10,000 homes, whatever that math is, I don't know, I can't do math early in the morning, 10 cents a piece or whatever it is. And then you get a customer out of that and you sell them a $5 sandwich or a $20 meal, or if you're a restaurant, if you get them to come in and cut their hair with you 3 times a year. Now you built that customer up and you have customer lifetime value. So it might have cost you $1 to get them, but now they're doing business with you 3 times a year, 4 times a year, 5 times a year. So you look at what I call that customer lifetime value. So the acquisition rate comes down year 2, but it's an investment, because if you're in the community and you have X amount of households you want to penetrate, it costs you something to get into those households, but then you have to amortize that cost over the lifetime value that they have. I'll give you a great case in point. We used to have a pizzeria here locally. Unfortunately, the virus has shut them down. And I've been in this neighborhood 20 years, and I probably would spend, so on average, there's 5 of us, there would be 5 of us in and out of the house, so maybe $50 every time we order pizza, sandwiches, whatever it is, at least 6 times a year, right? So that's $300, $400, $500. Let's say $500 a year for 20 years. That's the value I was to them. And they got me originally by an ad they had when I first bought the house. So whatever they spent on that ad 20 years ago, they got that back so many times. And I think that's the important key that business owners have to recognize when they spend money on advertising and promotions, right?